Hi there, and welcome to CAMS. Today I'm going to show you some of the features that we have in our compliance activity management system. First of all, I'm logged into the system as a compliance officer and administrator. Over here, we see the ability to look at all the different things that I'm allowed to see based on my role. You can see all my users, all the departments under me, and the administrator console. In this column, we have all the regulations that are pertinent to all the areas that I'm responsible for. If we look down here, this is the activities broken down by user. It gives you a good overview of who's doing what, and so when you're doing allocation, you can really say, okay, she looks overloaded, so let's add some more tasks to him. When we go down some more, this is an overview of the activities assigned to any one regulation and the status of each. There are yellow that are okay but being worked on or in progress. There are a bunch of them that are already done, don't have to think about them. And then we have the ones that we really have to pay attention to. What's the problem here? What we have next is our process. So from the time that a regulation becomes pertinent to a company to the time that that regulation goes through all the steps to becoming in compliance, there is a process that's followed, and it's different based on business or user or industry or type of regulation. There's many different reasons why the process would be different. This is per regulation, this can be modified. In this part over here, we have all of the activities that are associated to the general requirements part of the process, this process step. You can see we have to assign accountability, register a process, we have an activity group here, and we have to assign standards. For each one, we see the tasks that are associated to it and what the status is of each. If we go down some more, we see over here the details of all of the tasks that are associated to the general requirements step of the process. If we wanted to see just one individual area, what we can do is click onto the activity, and then we see all of the tasks associated to that one activity. So from the process step, you can see all. From an activity, you can see just the ones pertinent to them. If you want to see, just about the ones that are in yellow or just about the ones that are in green, everything works the way it's supposed to. Anyhow, so from here you're able to edit directly. Let's edit the one that is not ready yet. Let's say that this one changes from being in progress to being completed. And if we go and take a look again, we'll see now they're both completed. I don't have to think about that again, and this modified. So as we go along, we're also able to, from your source, like it says here, from your source to your grid, you're able to edit any part of the information in here. From here, you're able to do your work, your compliance-based work. You're able to add tasks associated here. You're able to add documentation directly to an activity, and you're able to add notes about that activity or that task in this area. Over here, we have a summary area that has the same note, documents, and tasks, but on a grander scale. This is for the entire regulation. So if we wanted to look at all of the tasks pertinent to this regulation, we would go into this section, and if you go from the month view, you can see everything, and anything in here you can modify. So if you're interested in saying this one, you know what, it's done, it's not in progress anymore, it's completed. Great. You can say, actually the departmental evaluation doesn't happen there, it's got to happen here. And as soon as you that one is good. As soon as you modify a regulation, the person that is in charge of it is going to receive an alert saying that they're now in charge. We give it to her. That's the correct activity step. And now it has been assigned. So here we are tracking the activities associated to becoming in compliance. You're able to see everything. You're able to change what we need to change and leave what we need to leave. We're able to add documents. Any type of document is able to be added directly to an activity or to the regulation at the top. Like this, all of the documents are in the same location as the tracking of everything. And when you add a document, it's automatically timestamped and verified into the system, so any person doing audit is able to see all the documents associated to the regulation. If we wanted to verify for this what's inside the document, then we just have to go and take a look, and we're going to be able to see everything that's in there. We're also able to add a note. If we're saying we want an overall note for the regulation, we add it here. Otherwise, we can add directly to one activity or another. Why not motivate our people? Okay, so you're able to see that all the information from all the notes are all here. This one, there it is, and everything else is already in there. So this adds a level of the information that the people that are using the system or that are around or know what they're talking about can add to our system, and it doesn't have to have a place allocated to it in a data warehouse of sorts. So now we've been able to see all of that. From the other side, we have, this is the summary or the count for all notes and messages according to this regulation, all the documents that are associated there, and how many tasks are done altogether. If we're going for the administrator console, first of all, just to click the first one in the list, we're able to change or modify the process that is being looked at on the other side. So if we're saying that there's an extra step in there, then we can do that. Or we can add a process to a new regulation, which is usually the way that the direction is going to go, is that they're going to add processes to new regulations, not so much to the ones that are already there. But if we wanted to say that this is one of the process steps, it's there. That means that this compare items is now associated to this regulation. Here we're able to add new regulations or edit regulations that are in existence. Here we're able to edit current users, and we'll also be able to add new users. And the data part of it is a very interesting piece. If we have data sets to begin with, like a compliance registry, which every company is supposed to have their own, what we can do is decide that we wanted to ingest all of the regulations, because we know now that this is all the regulations pertinent to my department. So I can choose, I want all my regulations, and from there We can import them. All of them. Voila. And again, if we go look at the regulations, they'll all be sorry, I clicked too quickly. They're all there, all the new regulations. Some of them were already there, so they didn't, they merged. They just added the ones that weren't there yet. And that brings us back to the dashboard. Or of course we can add one regulation at a time if we wanted to. So I hope that that was a thorough enough investigation into some of the capabilities of CAMS. And if there's, upon the next version, we will be sending out a new video. Thank you very much.